Get a job in tech, episode 452. If you're work from home and you want to move out of the big city, you want to sell, let's say you live in some state and you want to sell your house and you want to move to another state and you have a work from home job that's secure and you're fine with that and you don't mind the cold, then a couple cities I'm going to talk about are welcoming you because they have low cost of living here and low housing prices as well. So the first city is Mankato, Minnesota. It gets cold there, of course. And you have Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Doesn't get as cold, but you have Ames, Iowa. It gets cold. Logan, Utah. Bismarck, North Dakota. Gets very cold there. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Provo, Utah. Missoula, Montana. Bozeman, Montana. And Fargo, North Dakota. Some of these are cities that their housing prices are very low, and you are being an IT individual and you work from home, you can easily move there if you so desire. The benefit of these states, like for instance South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana, is that a lot of them are using terrestrial antennas, terrestrial internet. So they have a dish essentially. It's a parabolic dish, so they'll have it at telco, and then it'll go 20 miles, 30 miles, or whatever to a ISP in some small town, and that's how they get internet. So from that ISP, it'll just feed into wherever they are. They're limited though because they're limited on the bandwidth. So these dishes can only hold so much bandwidth, and the bigger the dish, the smaller the dish, the higher the frequency, the shorter the distance. The bigger the dish, the lower the frequency, the greater the distance. So if you see a small dish out there, you're driving down the highway and you see a small dish, more than likely that's maybe a 20 mile shot, perhaps, let's say. And so what does that mean? You have to provide power to that thing, to the tower. You have to provide internet. You have to provide power. You have to have battery backup. Most likely it's generator backup. All that. And just to provide internet. And it's not like you can provide a lot. So OC3 is like 155 megabits per second up and down. So if you have 10 customers, or 100 customers, let's say, that's 1.5 meg of internet for 100 customers. Yeah, 1.5 meg up and down, essentially. If you have a city of 3,000, you're going to probably even divide that up a little more. Now compare that with if you're in a big city, you're going to get 100 meg up and like 30 meg down, let's say, or 70 meg down. That's not consistent. Like that's not a consistent bandwidth, but that's the normal bandwidth. Imagine that. And so that's the difference of living up there versus living in like the lower parts of the states. So some providers make it easier. They got Viasat, HughesNet, Starlink. Starlink is the one that's in demand now. It's about $200 a month, something like that. I don't know if there's a limit or a data rate, the amount of data you can download. I don't think there's a max. I'm not sure. Don't have it. Viasat, HughesNet. I know there's a limit on how much data transfer you can do, like how much data is down there. Satellites are usually reliable. They're pretty good. They do have rain. Are caused by rain fade. And living in one of those locations, so if they had a lot of storms, like snowstorms, you'd have fade because you'd have blowing snow. It could cut out the signal a little bit in that regard. Even in the microwave dish as well, you could have snow. You call it rain fade, really, but it essentially would be blocking the signal for a short amount of time or a long period of time. You have latency issues. They basically interfere with the satellite, essentially. So some of those places to move to, that's the only downside of living in those locations is, one, the weather is crazy cold, very super cold. And 2, the internet may not be to your liking. So if you work from home, then you need to make sure you have internet, essentially, that's reliable. Well, moving up to the locations. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next one.